Hi, how are you doing this morning, afternoon, evening, night, uh, whatever time of day it currently is on this planet with many layers of core and an atmosphere that allows us to breathe oxygen that comes from trees and other plants, whatever time of day it currently is. Hi, how are you doing? I'm doing swell, and let's see who the universe has chosen for today's opponents. Hunbri or Bree from India. Now, the first thing I wanted to say was I need to play faster. I have been losing far too many games, and I came to the conclusion with resounding evidence that I need to play faster. And the hard thing about playing faster is while I'm recording is I'm trying to talk, I'm trying to think about this game, and I need to play faster. Are you freaking nuts? But that's what I have to do to win. And so that's what I'm going to try to do. This game is play faster while I talk about what I want to talk about. And I think we're doing okay actually because they're doing some witchcraft over here with their king. And I'm not sure what they're trying to do. But we're going to do what we do best, which is not much. The first thing I wanted to talk about was the slapping competitions. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just look up slap knockouts or whatever. And yesterday was my first time really watching the one of the lives. I only watched for like a couple minutes, but I was doing my usual YouTube scroll and I came across the slap competition, and it had a good amount of viewers, and so I was like, you know what, why not? Let me just watch this and see what humans have devolved into, right? So click on it. I don't. It's not much. It's not on my feed too much, but there were a ton of people. So this thing is obviously popular for some reason. Of course, I know the reason to that. Humans are freaking animals, and we do entertainment with anything for pretty much any reason to get views. And slapboxing obviously gets some views. 30,000 views plus in a live. So I was like, forget it. Let me watch this, and I watched somebody get absolutely annihilated. Like, he gets slapped, and his consciousness is just, you can see his consciousness just fading away. He's laid out stiff on the ground, like with his hands like this, just rethinking his life decisions. And, you really should be rethinking some decisions if you're in a slapping competition. I know Logan Paul. I think there was some stuff on him trying to enter, and he was like, "Nah, I'm good. I rather not." And I don't blame him. I don't freaking blame him. So I watched this guy get absolutely slapped out of this universe. He's on the ground. Everybody's celebrating. And the crazy thing was, he said, "Yo, my kid's in the audience. First ever event watching his dad basically put permanent brain damage into this person." And the kids on camera in the stands just cheering, just happy. I'm like, you just watch your dad absolutely almost commit murder. And, I would just be glad that my dad wasn't the one on the ground, stiffed out. Uh, Personally, what is the honor in getting slapped and knocked out? It's like you didn't. What is this? What do you? No one can convince me. Okay, I am interested in combat sports, and I know there was some controversy over the UFC because it was too brutal. Listen, I enjoy watching the UFC and boxing. I'm into combat sports, but this, what are we doing? All right, what do we? We have become so much of the apex predator where we need to slap for competition now. Okay, but who am I? It's obviously popular. 30K plus views. Hey, who am I? Who am I? And also, I'm going to take my time here just to finish my thought because we do have Hunbury in the corner. You know what? I'm not going to be a douchebag. Let me just checkmate him and give my final thoughts after the game. But yeah, that's just one thing I wanted to talk about. I watched it for like about 5 minutes. Two slaps in, the guy is just obliterated on the ground. The winners, the guy who won, his kids in the stands cheering, and I was like, yeah, this will be the last live I tune into for sure. But again, who am I? It's obviously very popular, but as like a fan of the UFC and boxing, it's like I would even respect slap boxing. Right? No, we just went straight to slapping each other in the face. All right. Again, like I would actually be okay with a slap boxing competition where they're doing regular boxing, but they're slapping. Have you ever done that before at school? At least seen it or a video of it? If you don't know what I'm talking about, look up slap boxing. I think that would be much more, at least like honorable or something. I don't know. Well, that's all I had to say. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.